Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. This time we're exploring Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist.
Oh, The
It's
Alchemist.
a classic, and we had a listener suggest
I
it.
see taking requests now. I like it.
Always open to suggestions. And it's been so fun rereading it, preparing for this. It's like rediscovering a hidden gem, and it's supposed to be as insightful as The Little Prince.
That's high praise.
It is.
Hmm.
And I'm really curious. I'm really excited to see what parts resonate most with you as we go through this.
Absolutely. And The Alchemist, it really does speak to so many people. I mean, it's a story about, that inner voice, that inner yearning,
Right?
recognizing the signs the universe sends our way,
Hmm.
and ultimately taking that leap to pursue our dreams.
Absolutely. And the book jumps right in, with that thought-provoking prologue about
Yeah.
Narcissus.
Yeah.
But it's not the Narcissus we might expect.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Coelho focuses on the lake. The lake where Narcissus admired his reflection. The lake saw its own beauty reflected in Narcissus and actually wept for him when he died.
yeah, it's such an interesting twist.
It is.
Instead of Narcissus's vanity, we see the lake's grief.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what comes to mind for you with this reversed perspective? What do the people and experiences in your life reflect back to you?
That's a great question to consider, I think. As we follow Santiago, our shepherd protagonist, on his journey,
Hmm.
he seems content at first, traveling through Andalusia with his sheep.
Yeah, he's got a simple life. He's enjoying it.
Yeah, enjoying the simple life. And he even has that charming encounter with the merchant's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
But you can sense a restlessness in him, I think, a
Yeah.
yearning for something more.
Yeah.
And then there are those recurring dreams of treasure at the Egyptian pyramids.
Yes, those dreams.
Those dreams, those are, I think those are the first whispers of his personal legend. That unique purpose, that deep desire each of us holds to achieve something truly meaningful. And I guess this would be a good time to ask, what would you say is your personal legend? What sets your soul on fire?
Wow. Okay. Throwing it right back at me. And I love how you bring it back to us, that it's not just about Santiago, right?
Right.
We're on our own journeys,
Yeah.
even as we explore his.
Yeah.
And speaking of journeys, Santiago's encounter with the king of Salem, this is where things really start to move. This mysterious king, he introduces this whole concept of the personal legend and even gives Santiago Urim and Thummim, those divination stones,
Oh, yeah.
to help him interpret the omens.
I remember those.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
interesting. So interesting.
And the king also, he challenges this idea that our lives are just ruled by fate.
Mhm.
What he calls the world's greatest lie. Instead, he emphasizes our power to choose, to act, to shape our destinies. He even says, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
Oh, I love that quote. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it.
Yeah, this becomes like a guiding principle, a mantra for Santiago.
Oh, yeah. But it does make you wonder, though. Does that mean we just sit back and wait for the universe to deliver our dreams? I mean,
Not at all. The king, he makes it clear that, pursuing your personal legend comes at a price.
hmm,
It requires leaving your comfort zone, facing the unknown,
hmm.
seeing setbacks as just part of the journey.
So Santiago takes a leap of faith,
Right, he does.
sells his sheep, heads to Tangier,
Hmm.
only to be robbed.
Oh, no.
I know. It's a harsh reality check right at the start of his adventure.
It is. It is. But you know what? It's this setback that leads him to work for the crystal merchant.
Oh, yeah. The crystal merchant.
Which might seem like a detour, but it turns out to be full of lessons.
Oh, it's so true. Yeah.
He learns about taking risks, adapting to change, and seeing hidden blessings.
It's interesting because, thinking about my own life, there have definitely been times when, what seemed like a setback actually opened up new possibilities. I mean, have you ever experienced something similar?
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think we all have. It's like those closed doors often lead to unexpected and sometimes even better openings.
So true.
Yeah, yeah. And Santiago's time with the crystal merchant, it also introduces this concept of maktub, which means it is written.
Maktub.
It suggests a plan, a destiny,
Yeah.
but also it leaves room for free will.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just like, oh, it's already determined, that's it.
Right, right. It's more nuanced than that. It
Yeah.
acknowledges a bigger picture, a plan, but also highlights our ability to make choices within that framework.
Yeah, that tension, between destiny and free will. That's so intriguing. How do you interpret Maktub?
That's a good question.
And how might it apply to your own life?
It's definitely something worth pondering. I think for me, it's about recognizing that there are forces at play beyond our immediate control, yet also acknowledging our agency in shaping our responses to those forces. It's a delicate dance between acceptance and action, I suppose.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Well,
So just as Santiago, he amasses enough money to return home. He chooses to press on toward his personal legend,
he does.
joining a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert.
Wow.
He chooses the unknown over the familiar, and that takes incredible courage.
It does. It speaks to that inner drive, that yearning to fulfill his purpose, even when it means stepping into uncertainty.
It seems like the desert itself plays a huge role in his journey.
Oh, absolutely. The desert becomes a powerful teacher for Santiago.
Yeah.
With its vastness, its silence, it's almost like a character in the story itself. He encounters these fascinating individuals who further guide him. Like the Englishman who's obsessed with alchemy, the Philosopher's Stone.
Ah, yes, yeah, the Philosopher's Stone. And it's like they're approaching knowledge in such different ways.
Right, exactly. The Englishman, his path is very intellectual, bookish,
Right.
while Santiago's is more intuitive, experiential, and it really highlights the value of both approaches, I think.
Absolutely.
And the Englishman, he also mentions the Emerald Tablet, supposedly containing, the secrets of alchemy in just a few lines.
Wow, the Emerald Tablet.
It reminds me of the idea that, profound truths can often be found in the simplest of things.
It's so true. And then there's the caravan leader, a true desert man.
Yeah.
He teaches Santiago about respecting the desert's power, and interpreting its signs. He says disobedience in the desert means death. Quite a stark lesson.
It is. It underscores that importance of listening to our intuition and respecting forces greater than ourselves. Finally, after all these challenges, they reach the oasis, a place of beauty, peace, and maybe even love.
Because that's where he meets Fatima.
That's right.
It seems like love at first sight,
It does.
but not the kind that holds you back.
Exactly. Fatima actually encourages Santiago to keep pursuing his personal legend. Even though it means they must part ways, this is a key moment for him where he learns that true love doesn't hinder the pursuit of one's dreams, but can actually enhance it.
What an incredible insight. I'm curious, have you ever found that love has propelled you toward your own goals and aspirations?
Oh, that's a thought-provoking question. I think love, in its truest form, is a source of immense strength and inspiration. It can give us the courage to be our authentic selves, to pursue our passions without reservation, and to embrace the journey with open hearts. It's a powerful force that can elevate us, propel us forward in ways we never thought possible. And through his interactions with Fatima, Santiago starts to understand the interconnectedness of all things, this concept of the soul of the world.
The soul of the world.
This universal force connecting everyone and everything.
We've covered a lot of ground already in this first part of The Alchemist.
We have.
The idea of the personal legend, interpreting omens, the concept of Maktub, even a taste of alchemy, and the soul of the world.
And we're just getting started. As we delve deeper into Santiago's journey, think about these questions. What is it that makes your soul sing? What treasures are waiting to be discovered within you?
We left Santiago kind of at a crossroads, drawn to his newfound love for Fatima, but also feeling the pull of his personal legend.
It takes courage, doesn't it?
It does, to choose the unknown, especially when matters of the heart are involved.
Absolutely. And this is where, Santiago's journey takes an even deeper turn. He ventures into the heart of the desert, guided by the alchemist. And the desert, with its, stark beauty and unforgiving nature, it becomes his classroom, almost.
It's interesting how it's both, a place of danger and transformation all at the same time.
Yes. And the alchemist reminds Santiago to, listen to his heart, but to always respect the desert's power.
That balance is crucial.
It is. And soon enough, Santiago, he experiences that unpredictable nature of the desert firsthand when he has this vision of an army attacking the oasis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He sees hawks fighting in the sky, and, it feels like a powerful omen.
It's like the desert's giving him a warning.
Right.
Yeah.
And Santiago, he trusts his intuition. He alerts the tribal leaders.
Wow.
And they prepare for the attack, even though it means breaking with tradition.
Yeah.
jeopardizing the oasis neutrality.
That decision says a lot, about their courage
It does.
and their understanding that sometimes even long-held beliefs, they need to be challenged, in the face of danger.
Yeah. And amidst this turmoil, Santiago finally comes face to face with the alchemist.
What an entrance. I mean, their first encounter, it's almost like a test.
Oh, yeah,
He
absolutely.
doesn't just, welcome Santiago with open arms. He challenges him. He's questioning his commitment to his personal legend.
He pushes him,
Yeah.
to prove he's truly ready for what lies ahead.
Yeah.
And then comes the ultimate test, right?
Mm.
The alchemist instructs Santiago to turn himself into the wind.
To turn himself into the wind. How do you even begin to tackle a challenge like that?
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Santiago asks.
Mhm.
And the alchemist, he simply tells him, well, you have to learn. Your life depends on it.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about high stakes.
I know. It feels like a make or break moment for him, right?
Right.
He can either let fear paralyze him or rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And he chooses to learn.
He does. And this really highlights, I think, the true essence of the alchemist's guidance,
Mhm.
He doesn't give Santiago the answers, really. He provides direction.
Right.
He encourages him to trust his intuition,
Hmm.
and he helps unlock the potential that lies within the Santiago.
It's the mark of a true mentor, isn't it?
It is.
Guiding someone towards self-discovery rather than handing them a solution. What resonates with you about this mentorship dynamic?
It's so powerful, because as Santiago grapples with this seemingly impossible task,
Yeah.
he has these profound conversations with the desert, with the wind, and with the sun.
Wow.
He's searching for wisdom from the elements themselves.
It's like nature becomes his teacher,
It does.
offering all these different perspectives on life and love and the interconnectedness of it all.
Each element holds a unique lesson,
Mhm.
The desert, it embodies resilience, right?
Mhm.
Showing how life can thrive even in the harshest conditions.
Mhm.
The wind representing freedom, the ability to, adapt and flow with change.
Mm.
And the sun, a symbol of love, right? It speaks to that life-giving force that sustains us all.
And through these conversations, Santiago realizes that, transforming into the wind isn't about physical shapeshifting,
Right.
but about understanding its essence,
Mm.
connecting with its power on this deeper level.
Yeah. It's a beautiful metaphor, I think, for achieving our dreams. It's not about forcing outcomes, but about understanding the forces at play, aligning ourselves with them, and trusting the process. What comes to mind for you when you think about aligning yourself with the flow of the universe?
It's a powerful concept. And when Santiago finally grasps this, he's able to tap into the soul of the world.
Yeah.
He performs what seems like a miracle, this demonstration of his mastery over the wind. But then, just when it seems like, he's ready to claim his treasure at the pyramids, he's robbed again.
Oh, no, not again.
I know. This time by tribal raiders.
Wow.
It's another crucial test.
It is. He's stripped of everything. He's gained both materially and emotionally. It would be so easy to just succumb to despair and believe that his journey was for nothing.
Yeah, the universe seems to be pushing him to his absolute limit.
Yeah.
But this is where that lesson about overcoming the fear of failure comes in, I think.
Absolutely.
He's come too far to let fear win.
He has. He has to trust that the omens will lead him to his treasure, even when the path is uncertain.
Yeah.
And in this moment of supposed defeat, he learns, maybe the most valuable lesson yet.
Because the leader of the raiders, he reveals something astonishing, doesn't he?
He does. He mentions this recurring dream he has about finding treasure at a ruined church in Spain, the very church where Santiago's journey began.
It's incredible. Suddenly, the entire journey comes full circle.
Yeah.
It turns out Santiago's treasure wasn't at the pyramids after all, but right where his heart led him in the beginning. What does that realization spark for you? I mean, have you ever felt drawn back to a place or a pursuit that you initially dismissed?
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes what we're seeking is closer than we think.
It's so true.
And it perfectly encapsulates, the essence of the alchemist,
Yeah.
the real treasure. It's not about external riches.
Right.
It's about the inner transformation and the
Yeah.
self-discovery that happen along the way.
Beautifully put. As Santiago returns to that ruined church, I mean, we're left with anticipation.
Absolutely.
Will he finally unearth the treasure that awaits him? And And what will that treasure ultimately reveal? Here we are, back with Santiago, standing at that ruined church in Spain, the place where his incredible journey began. It's like he's come full circle.
He has.
And now he's finally ready to dig for that treasure, the treasure that's been calling to him this whole time.
It's the culmination, isn't it?
It is.
Of everything he's experienced, all the lessons learned, the transformations he's undergone. It's like, watching a tapestry being woven thread by thread until that final image is revealed.
It's such a powerful reminder that the destination isn't the only point.
Right.
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Those moments of growth and self-discovery, the things that shape who we become. What stands out to you about Santiago's journey as you think about your own path?
That's a profound question. So picture Santiago, digging beneath that sycamore tree, remembering the alchemist's wisdom about facing fear, embracing life's generosity, and trusting in the power of the soul of the world. And then he strikes something solid. He unearths a chest filled with Spanish gold coins, precious stones, these ancient artifacts, tangible evidence of some forgotten conquest.
Wow. It's a dazzling discovery. But it's more than just material wealth, isn't it?
It is.
This treasure, it represents the culmination of his commitment to his personal legend. It's proof that those omens were real, that the universe did conspire to help him.
Right.
It's like the physical manifestation of all his efforts, a tangible reward for following his heart's desire.
It must feel incredible, so validating.
Yeah, it must. But I love how, even in this moment of triumph, he doesn't forget the people who helped him along the way. Like he honors his promise to the gypsy woman, giving her 1/10 of his treasure.
It speaks to his integrity, his understanding that every encounter, even those that seem like detours, can hold these unexpected blessings.
And there's this beautiful symbolism in how he places Urim and Thummim in the chest, too.
Oh, I love that detail.
It's like a tribute to the wisdom that he received from that old king.
Yeah.
It shows how impactful mentorship can be, especially from those who guide us toward our dreams. But the story doesn't end there, does it?
You're right. It doesn't.
It's like even after finding this incredible treasure, Santiago's journey, it isn't over.
It's not over. Because as Santiago is taking in the magnitude of his discovery, he has a conversation with the wind.
The wind, it's been such a powerful symbol, throughout the whole story.
Yeah.
It's representing freedom, change, the interconnectedness of everything. I'm curious, what do you think the wind might represent for Santiago at this point?
I think the wind, it reminds Santiago that there are always more treasures to uncover, more lessons to learn, more dreams to pursue. It reminds him of the pyramids, how even though they weren't his final destination, they were still crucial to his growth, his understanding. And it reinforces that life is a continuous journey of exploration and discovery. And speaking of journeys, the wind also seems to remind him of something else. Something, or perhaps someone he left behind.
Oh.
Because in that moment, he realizes that his heart, it's pulling him back to the oasis, back to Fatima.
Exactly.
He finally understands that true love doesn't confine or restrict, but rather it inspires, it empowers him to embrace his full potential. He realizes that Fatima isn't separate from his personal legend, but rather a part of it. And their paths are meant to intertwine. It's a beautiful realization.
It is.
That love and pursuing your dreams, they can coexist. They can even enhance one another.
Absolutely. And as Santiago sets off back into the desert, we see a man transformed, don't we?
We do.
He's filled with joy, guided by the wisdom he's gained, and driven by the love that fuels his spirit.
His journey, it leaves us with a sense of hope, doesn't it?
It does. A belief in the power of dreams and a longing to uncover our own personal legends. What is it that you're most drawn to about this story? What resonates most deeply with you?
It's a question worth reflecting on. And as we close the book on The Alchemist, remember those potent words. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. So embrace your dreams, listen to your heart, and trust that the omens, they'll guide you on your own unique path to fulfillment.
Keep those personal legends burning bright. And until our next deep dive, keep exploring. Keep discovering the treasures that lie within you.
Did you get any of that?